Hello everyone, welcome to the Tales of Oluwamayomikun. On today's episode, we'll dive into the question which states, is social media making us less social? Have you ever felt like social media has ever made you feel less social? Well, it's not an uncommon feeling. In fact, some research suggests that the increase of social media has actually led to an increase in loneliness and isolation. Is it the fault of social media or there are some other factors at play? Now let's dive into the discussion and let's see if you can actually unpack some of the complexities of this discussion. Now, one of the ways that social media has changed our communication is the rise of asynchronous communication. Before the introduction of social media, synchronous communication was in place, whereby two parties have to be present in order to engage in a communication. But in our recent times now, asynchronous communication has taken over, whereby two parties do not have to be present to engage in a communication. And asynchronous communication has actually led to a lot of consequences, which is affecting the way social media actually make us feel less social. Now, the first thing is fear of missing out. Everyone wants to be updated. You want to be on social media. You want to always know what is going on, what time it is going on, where it is going on, and when exactly it is going on. So for you to actually be online every time, there's this consequence that asynchronous has actually created. We both know that asynchronous communication is a kind of communication that two parties do not have to be present. So this has actually led to a fear of missing out. You always want to be updated on whatever is going on, and no one wants to be left out. Now, the second point is the social exhaustion. Now, social exhaustion, it is actually when you are trying to update everyone, when you are trying to reply some particular messages, you'll be feeling so pressured. Imagine you are busy with something and you have to actually reply to a message. So this is a sense of social exhaustion, that you have to reply to whatever message you get at that particular time. Now, the third point is curation culture. What is curation culture? Imagine, for example, you have to choose a particular thing to be posted and you have to choose a particular thing that you have to keep privately. No one wants to put all their life out there. And there are some things that you want to post that you have to feel so pressured, that you have to force yourself, you have to work so much that you'll be so exhausted to post that particular thing just because you want everyone to see it, just because you want to feel relevant and you want to be updated on everything that is going on. The pressure to carefully create our online presence is exhausting and even detrimental to our mental health. But it's not all bad news, as there are some positive aspects to how social media helps us. Now, the first positive aspect is that it helps us to connect to our family in far places and our friends. Now, if you want to talk to your family, you can see that there are some mediums you can use to chat to our family: voice call, video call, and all other means, even during workplaces, conference call, and all other ones that you can mention. So this is one of the positive ways that social media has actually helped us. And the second thing is, social media has actually helped us to educate ourselves, to engage in some activities. Now online, you see different means that people can actually make money. You see a lot of e-learning, e-lessons, and all that. So these are positive ways that social media has actually helped us. Anonymous, it's important to remember that social media is just one tool that we can use to connect with others and enrich our lives. We should use it in a way that feels authentic and fulfilling to us, rather than trying to live up to unrealistic expectations. Social media is like a garden. It takes time and efforts to tend it, and there will always be weeds, but the flower that grow make it worthwhile. Thank you, and see you next time on the Tales of Oluwamayomikun. Bye bye.